You did well to pilot the G-Warrior so adaptedly in a so short time. And with the weapon largely intact, Sid and his researchers should be able to gather a wealth of valuable information before it is dismantled. Perhaps we should take one last look upon our fallen foe. Rex, we should have known Father and his friends would track us down sooner or later. Now they're at our doorstep and the sapphire weapon still isn't ready. Even so, it should still be able to fend them off, or at least buy us some time. Not quite how I'd imagined it, but this seems as good as a way to die as any. Rex, I... Recon, why are you still here? You're supposed to be moving the other weapon to a safe location. You can take care of that, while I pilot the sapphire weapon. What are you talking about? I'm the pilot, not you. There's no need to put your life on the line. Besides, it's still incomplete and can barely perform basic maneuvers, so it'll be practically useless in a real fight. We have a solution. Oversoul. You want to end up like Milsandia? Of course not. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. But she didn't give her life in vain. The ruby weapon left behind data that's been used to improve the system to prevent any further malfunction. What difference does it make? Once Oversoul is activated and the pilot fuses with its core, there's no way back. That's why I should be the one to pilot the sapphire weapon, not you, Rex. Alphonse needs you. You and I both know I'm the least qualified pilot we have. If there's less to lose if I don't make it back. No, I won't let you. Please, Rex, hear me out. Ever since we were children, I was the smallest, the weakest, too afraid to stand up for myself. But I had the best brothers and sisters a boy could ever wish for. You were always there for me, protecting me. Now it's my turn to protect you. Take the other weapons and get out of here. See this through to the end. Do it for me, Milsandia. I'm counting on you, Rex. You always did have a stubborn streak. Alright, Recon. I won't let you down. Just promise you'll wait for me. On the other side. We'll meet again, brother. Recon, you all made me happier than I had any right to be. And now I've finally found my purpose. I have no regrets. Come on, Sapphire. We may be far from perfect, but we have a job to do. Let's give Father something to remember us by. The echo, I presume? What did it reveal to you, Gaius? Recon, my poor boy. You were braver than most could ever hope to be. It's as we feared. I'm sorry, guys. For Milsandia, now Recon, we must find the remaining weapons and end this madness. Tell me, what do you make of Gaius Balzar? I understand the two of you have been acquainted since his days as the Black Wolf. He claims to have shed his pelt when he took up the hunt for Asians, but he's still the same man deep down. He certainly kept quiet about a flock of foster children back in the Empire, though it seems he would rather bare his teeth to his former masters than allow harm to come to them. Yet, try as I might, I cannot make sense of it. Does he truly fight for the good of mankind, as he would have us believe, or is he merely biding his time before he reveals his true colors? Whatever the answer may be, in the end, he will always be a Garlean, and though there may be honorable men and women among them, I suffered much and more as a result of their conquest. Barbaric campaigns in which Gaius Balzar played no small part. Baldulin. My first encounter with the Garleans was 20 years ago, shortly after the fall of Alamigo. They continued their march into the lands that had long been home to we Duskwites. We sought to rebel the invaders, but we were woefully unprepared. Our bow and arrows were no match for their Begitech, and even our most powerful magics did little to slow their advance. I fought on the front line, but was knocked unconscious in the opening exchange. When I came to, I was alone, the rest of my unit slaughtered. I hurried back to my village to look for my wife and daughter, only to find the place deserted. My search lasted for days, then weeks, then months, and it seemed they had disappeared without a trace. I finally learned the two Imperials held at Bittermill that the villagers had been captured and used as test subjects for the poison gas that would later be known as Black Rose. They were never seen again. For 20 long years I roamed aimlessly, with nothing but hatred to keep me alive. I eventually found myself at the Order of the Twin Adder, who offered me a place among their ranks. The desire for revenge was the only thing I had left, so without a moment's hesitation, I accepted. Were it not for the war with Garlemald, I would have been loath to work alongside the city-dwelling Gerdonians, who for so long had treated my kind as outcasts. But none of that mattered anymore. It all culminated with Operation Archon. As you led the charge into the Praetorium, we were right behind you, and when the place came crumbling down, most of us were caught in the rubble. I escaped with my life, though many others were less fortunate. Having dragged myself free from the rubble, I sought a way out. It was then that I encountered none other than Gaius Balzar on the verge of death. The gods had delivered to me the man whose conquest had robbed me of everything. I was poised. I was ready to exact my revenge. And then he spoke. I will not beg for mercy. I only ask that you stay your hand a while longer. I cannot die until I have rid the world of the Asian menace. For millennia, mankind has danced to their tune, but no more. Then once we are finally free, my life is yours for the taking. I would have struck him down then and there and then had I not sensed truth in his words. So I sensed to grant him a stay of execution and join him on his hunt. All this time I've kept a close eye on Gaius. Though he is ever on the watch for pursuers, has granted me ample opportunity to slay him if I so choose, and I still might, if he shows even the slightest signs of betraying our agreement. But for now, the Asians are my chosen quarry. If they are indeed the ones pulling this empire strings, then it shall not end until they have been eradicated, every last one. Though I could not save my kin, there are those who may yet be spared the horrors of war. Unfortunately, dealing with the Asians will have to wait until we have brought an end to Garlemald's weapon projects. Though we may have vanquished 2 of the new weapons, we must make every effort to prepare for whatever the Garleans throw at us next. Perhaps Severa can tell us whether the ironworks engineers have uncovered any information of note.